Hello everyone. I wanted to do an update on my Vanda care. It is fall and we're definitely getting cooler temperatures now and less light. Our daylight hours are about 12 hours long now, which is very different than it was last month. So I've changed my fertilizer regimen up a little bit. I've also changed how often I'm watering them. And I just wanted to give you those recipe cards, tell you how I'm fertilizing this fall, and also give you some tips on care for the autumn. And I live in Tennessee, so sometimes we have very cool autumns, sometimes we have very warm days in autumn. Today was 75 degrees and sunny. So I went ahead and used 1/3 of a teaspoon of the Better Grow Orchid Plus. This right here is what you're going to change if you're having warm weather or cooler weather. You can give less if you're having cooler weather. But the Epsom salts, the 20 drops of CalMag, and the 25 drops of seaweed extract, that's going to stay the same. I'm pretty much giving them that all year long, and they're doing really well. So, like I said, today was 75 degrees, so I knew that I could give them that 1/3 of a teaspoon of Better Grow. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them soak in this for 24 hours. I fill the vase in the morning and then I drain them the next morning. In between times, I do that about every 4 days. I either do their fertilizer or this alternate recipe that I'm about to give you. I'm doing that every 4 days. And let me give you the alternate recipe. Okay, the next time that I do their 24-hour soak, I'm going to give them this recipe. The 1/8 of a teaspoon of Epsom salts, the 20 drops of CalMag, and the 25 drops of seaweed extract per gallon of water. And that's about 100 to 110 parts per million. And I'm going to alternate those two recipes every 4 days. Okay, so yesterday I gave them this one and I drained the vases this morning. Okay, so the next time that I give them any type of supplements, it's going to be this recipe. I'm going to do this one in 4 days. I'm going to let them soak in this for 24 hours. Then I'm going to drain that. Then the next time I'm going to use the fertilizer. This is the only thing I'm changing. I'm giving them this every 8 days instead of every single time I give them a soak like I do in the summertime, because they're not going to be growing quite as quickly as they are in the summertime. So I'm going to alternate these two recipes. And also, as the fall months go on, I'm probably going to be able to maybe do a 24-hour soak every 5 days. I got used to doing it on an every 4-day schedule this summer because it was so hot. And if I didn't, the bottom leaves would start furrowing. That's kind of how you can tell if your Vanda needs more water. If these lower leaves start getting pitted and furrowed, then you definitely need to water them more. What I'm doing on the days in between that I don't have them in that 24-hour soak is I'm spraying down the root system until it turns pretty and green, and then I just go ahead and drain it after about 5 or 10 minutes. That's probably going to change as the weather gets cooler too. I'm probably going to only need to do that maybe every other day. But I do like to keep the root systems misted down and well hydrated even through the winter. And several of you have asked me how much algae is too much in your vase. I think right now this vase needs to be cleaned out. I'm going to leave a little tiny bit of algae in the bottom of this vase, but most of it I'm going to go ahead and clean out at this point. It's kind of getting a little bit too green for my taste anyway. So if it starts getting to the point where your glass vase looks opaque with algae, then I suggest you go ahead and clean it out. This is probably about 2 months of growth, and part of this is from the summer. The algae grows quicker during the summer than it does during the cooler months. And another tip for your Vandas is to make sure that you get them in a warm, sunny window as much as possible throughout these darker months. They really do like a lot of sunlight. So I'm going to be changing these to a different window because the sun is coming through my windows in my sunroom much differently now than it was during the summertime. So I'm going to position these where they get the most amount of sunlight that they can get during the fall and the winter months. And I thought I would end the video with this beautiful Vanda Robert's Delight Garnet Beauty. Absolutely a beautiful Vanda. The foliage on this is just almost perfect. And look at what this long root is doing here on the right side of the screen. It just keeps growing extensions to that root. I had to place this one in a larger vase. This is a 16-inch vase, and I'm sure that the roots are going to fill this thing up in no time. What happened was I went to clean the vase, and I barely got it out of its smaller vase, so I knew it was time to go ahead and place it in a larger vase. I don't know where I'm going to get larger vases than this, but I guess I'd better start looking because these roots, these roots are amazing. So I have just really enjoyed watching this Vanda grow. I really enjoy growing Vandas. They're absolutely beautiful and elegant orchids. So I hope you all are having just a wonderful day. Be highly favored, deeply loved, and greatly blessed. And we will talk to you all next time.